What's good, fam? This your main man, Casey Fell, King Self for Life, Wrestling Takes. So you know me, I always like to sit on my reactions. I like to sit on things. I don't like to just come right away like how I used to back in the day. I like to let things marinate, you know, like I said, because 9 times out of 10, you coming off an AEW pay-per-view, you know Tony Khan gonna have you feeling some kind of way, you know, because that's just what he is. He's Mr. Pay-per-view. I mean, I don't have to say that, you know. I always say it. I just say the one thing. My biggest critique about Tony is kill the dead weight. I always say it all the time. Just kill the dead. If you kill the dead weight, you're gonna get 9 out of 10s every time. Because everybody and their grandma do not deserve to be on the panel. I don't care how you look at it. You can have, as they say, the best wrestlers on the planet, where they say the best wrestler. Yes, that could be 100% true. But here's the problem. Everybody that wrestle like that don't need to be on a freaking show. That's what it's called, spread the wealth. Certain storylines don't need to be on the show. Like I say, if it ain't as strong, don't put it on there. Like, don't. I'm just trying to tell you. Do not put it on there. Real talk. Before we begin this review, yes, I know what happened on Monday Night Raw, and when I say I know what happened, I'm only talking about one particular match. We getting it. Oba versus Brock. Triple H, you got one thing to do, sir. One thing. If Oba don't go over, I don't know what is the point. What's the point? What is the point? It's no excuse. It's no excuse. We don't want another WrestleMania 19. We just don't. We don't want it. We want WrestleMania 36. If you know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, according to what my brother told me, he said Kofi ran up on Oba and said Avengers. I just busted up laughing. I said, you know what he mean by that. You know what, like, I don't have to explain. You know what Kofi Kingston means by that. Avenge us. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, you know me, I don't watch the pre-show. I don't give a dang about it because it's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much dead weight. Now, the only match on the pre-show that was probably worth it was Willow versus what was the name? Lena Cross for the TBS title. Willow retained, but it cost her a shoulder. Megan Bain and Lena Cross, aka Divine Dominion or whatever they call themselves, injured her shoulder, so she was going into the TBS title. I mean the AEW tag team match with one shoulder. So that was probably the only thing. And then Ricochet's match. I don't care nothing about the Boom dude. I don't care nothing about that. Ricochet. It was Ricochet versus the World, and it was the battle royal to determine who's going to become the next AEW national champion. And they was in the same place that Jungle Boy Jack Perry and his father went to a SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken. With that bleeding into the main show, you already knew it was going to happen. You knew Ricochet wasn't walking out. Jack got the job done. He is the new national champion, and Ricochet was having a fit. He was going completely berserk, going nuts. I said, all right, cool. Got a little good feel-good moment for you cats that's, caught up in that little situation. We go into the AEW Tag Team title match. Young Bucks versus FTR. They open it up with the Young Bucks showcasing their kids, getting us behind them. You feel some kind of way. It's pulling at your little strugs. It's pulling at you. It make you want to root for the Young Bucks. But I told everybody, I said FTR ain't losing those titles until we get to freaking All In. But let's talk about it. The match itself was great. I think this was the best FTR versus Young Bucks match out of all 5 of their matches. They didn't have 5 of them. This was the best one. This was the best one. I'm trying to tell you, man. All kind of crazy stuff happened. I mean, it was just insane to the membrane. Young Bucks did not get the job done. They made you think they was going to get the job done because the kids is out there. Nope, they failed. They came up short again. FTR walks out, and before they got an opportunity to leave, lights go out, the screen goes black, pops up, it says even. Next thing you know, it says revenge. You think you know him. Next thing you know, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage came out. Now, Adam came out first. Christian's music hit, and they looking at the doggone entrance like, hey, where this dude at? Where he at? Next thing you know, Christian come out of nowhere with a doggone pepper spray thing and started pepper spraying cats. I mean, just all kind of chaos. Them clowns ran off, right? They ran off. Stokely got destroyed. He got tore up. They left their tag team titles in there. Christian and Adam, they picked up the titles. They looked at them, but right behind them, the Young Bucks got right in that ring. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan just teased what I believe we're going to get at freaking All In. I believe we're going to get a TLC to determine who's going to win those tag team titles. Now, here's the deal. Do Adam Copeland and Christian win them now at Dynasty and hold on to it till they get to All In where the Young Bucks get the job done? Or do FTR hold on all the way to All In? I don't know, but I'm here for it, ladies and gentlemen. I am here for it, and I understand Christian and Adam are old as heck. I get it. But you got FTR and Young Bucks are going to be doing all the heavy lifting. I understand that. I get it. But I'm trying to tell you, a TLC is in the making. They ain't looking at each other for absolutely no reason. Young Bucks got up in that ring. They looked at them. They looked at FTR at the entrance. I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming. I said it's coming, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming. Next, we get Marina Shafir versus Tony. Now, I know there's a lot of people complaining about certain things. I actually thought this was actually Marina's best match. Tony actually made it look good. Now, as for the roll-up, I kind of got to agree with my guy, BC. Marina shouldn't be getting rolled up. She shouldn't. If Tony was going to win, Tony should have done a move. You know, like I said, I agree with BC on that situation. Now, after that, after the match, Ronda Rousey comes out of nowhere. I'm like, Ronda? The heck is Ronda doing here? I thought this woman said she didn't care about pro wrestling. I was like, we got to deal with Ronda and AEW. Listen, man, look. I don't know. I don't know if TK is going to be able to do it. I don't know. Because things did not work in the E for her. It didn't work. You know, she had promised, but then after a while she was complaining and she just didn't improve. She did not improve. So she's in WWE. I mean, she's in AEW land. I'm like, I don't care to see her, but you know, it is what it is. She's here, so we got to deal with it. Next, right after her, we get Moxley and Takeshita for the International Championship. No count out. I mean, no clockage, no stoppage. They can go as long as they want to. Man, let me tell you something, man. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I mean, the boys killed it. The boys killed it, man. They killed it. They did work. I mean, listen, babyface Takeshita is around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Babyface Takeshita is around the corner. Now, yes, they sure did do mutual respect. You already know how that worked. They love the mutual respect. I'm like, you know, it is what it is on that. But after the mutual respect, lights go out, and then this little movie plays about this doctor just, and you hear the little beep, like, you know, somebody dying or something, like they're working on them or something. They working. Like, who is this? Who they hit? Man, Will Ospreay that made his early return. This dude is back. I said, man, I hope he know what he's doing. You don't want to play with that neck. You don't want to play. My man's is back, and he's going after Mox because remember, the Death Riders is what put him on the shelf. They put him on the shelf, so it made the most sense for him to come back and get his receipt. It made the most sense. So, hey, he's back. Now, that tells me all I need to know, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is your Owen Hart Cup. That he's the winner. We're getting him and MJF at All In. You might as well pencil to get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because it's happening. It's happening, Captain. I want to say we got the AEW Women's Tag Team title match next, which was Bays of Wrath versus Divine Dominion, which is Lena Cross and Megan Bayne. Now, earlier for what happened on the pre-show, I told you about them beating Willow retained the TBS title, but it cost her arm. They beat the brakes off our shoulder and messed up, so she was taped down, basically wrestling with one arm. It was only one outcome because everybody, listen, a whole lot of us want to see listen, the women's division in AEW right now is kind of in limbo right now. They got the pieces because, as you know, one, Britt ain't there, Mercedes ain't there right now, and Tony has taken a serious backseat because they trying to let the other girls go. Megan Bayne needed that win bad. She been losing like a crazy person. She needed that. And the tag team title run begins, but I'm already calling it now. The British Birds, or whatever they call themselves, are going to win those tag team titles at All In. You might as well pencil it in. It's gonna happen. I thought the match was pretty good, even with Willow being hurt. I thought Megan Bayne and Lena Cross, like I said, this is my first time seeing Lena Cross. Because I didn't watch the pre-show match, so seeing Lena Cross and Megan Bayne, I thought they did good. Hardy Cameron, listen, Hardy Cameron is Hardy Cameron. I mean, I don't even have to say nothing about her. You know what you're gonna get with Hardy Cameron. You already know. So yeah, we move on. Now we get Swerve and Brody King. I thought the fellas did a fantastic job. They made you think Brody King was gonna get the job done, because I thought maybe he was gonna win too. And listen, Swerve always got a theme every pay-per-view. For people who don't know, no, I do not watch horror, but his theme was Candyman. He was the late, I can't think of the actor that played him, but he's passed on. He died last year. He was Candyman. That's basically what he was. These two showcase why they the two most dangerous dudes in the game. And they was ripping floors up. They was taking the turnbuckles off. I mean, they was doing everything in their power to try to take each other out. But Swerve got the job done. And after that, he brought that doggone cinder block out. Now, you know what that cinder block is. That cinder block has been used very heftily, and Swerve's stories, no matter what, he loves that cinder, especially when he be on heel mode. He loves that doggone cinder block. He was about to take Brody King's head off. He was finna take that man's head off, but Kenny Omega came out of nowhere to handle the business. So I know what we get in that freaking dynasty. We getting Swerve and Kenny Part 2. Give it to me, ladies and gentlemen. Give it to me. Next, we got our first trios match, which, ladies and gentlemen, this should have not been on the show. I tried to tell you, like I said, as much as I'm cool with Mystico and Okada and all of them and the Don, I'm cool with every single clown that was in that match. Speedball, Mike Bailey, all of them. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of matches that should not be on the show. I don't care. Yes, I get it. You're trying to build your trios division. I understand. Trios titles do need to be defended on the page. But the problem is, Okada and company just had it for like a week. If you knew you was just going to put the titles right back on them, they shouldn't have lost them in the first place. Like I said, just goofy stuff, just dumb stuff like that. It shouldn't be on the show. It shouldn't. I know you want everybody and their grandma on the pay-per-view, but it should not be on the show. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. Shoot, I'm like, just goofy stuff. Then we get Bandino and Andrade. I mean, what else? Listen, to me, this was a successful match. You had fools stripping, they was stripping. You got Andrade running over here, the women getting their numbers and all this crazy crap. Listen, now, as much as Tony Khan, I'm surprised. As much as he loved putting Ring of Honor stuff on the main pay-per-view, I'm surprised this was not for the Ring of Honor title. I am surprised. I'm legit surprised, ladies and gentlemen. I'm surprised that this was not for the Ring of Honor Championship. This was just a X Division match. Andrade got the best of him. He got your job done, Like I said, I thought this was going to be for the title. I legit thought this was going to be for the title. For real. Then we get the other trios match, which is Finley's new squad versus OC, Darby, and Roger Strong. This is another one. If you are trying to build your trios division, these are the matches that should be on Collision or Dynamite. And then when you got a strong enough storyline that makes sense, you put that one match for the trios titles on the pay-per-view. That's it. This the type of stuff, just because you want to try to get everybody and their grandma on the show, no, I say it all the time. You cut the dead weight. You cut it. You cut the dead weight. And then we can get out of these shows a little bit early. Because 5.5+ hours, I'm good. Trust me, I am good. The only pay-per-view this is allowed is All In. I'm going to say it. It's allowed because that's your WrestleMania. Outside of that, a solid 7 matches, 8 is fine. With 2 of them Jones on the doggone pre-show. That's it. That's all you need to do. Then we get to the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas Death is Adam Hangman Page's playfield. That's where he thrives the most. MJF's theme was a tribute to the late Terry Funk. And the whole vibe of Hangman coming out with his music being played as if he was at a funeral lets you know that this is the end of this Hangman character or Red Dead Redemption character. Because I didn't play the game, but I watched my brother play the game. He played the sequel. And for people who have not, sorry, I'm finna spoil it for you Red Dead Redemption fans out there who may have never played it. In the second one, the main character gets killed at the end. So Red Dead Redemption literally got killed in this match. These fools did everything you would think of. Glass all over the place, barbed wire, cats. They jumped through doggone explosive, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. They went through everything you could possibly do. But MJF knew, if this fool puts me in a doggone dog collar, I said, all right, cool. I'm just finna pop them with my reliable diamond ring. Popped them. Now, remember, they both got the dog collar thing. MJF hanged Hangman and choked him out. And the way how the camera was right there, Hangman leaned forward and his blood was splattered all over the doggone. I said that scene was like, I can't even explain it, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot explain it. How cold that scene was. I say, dog. Now, the one thing I can say, Tony Khan, we got to calm down on all the blood throughout the show. We opened the show with blood and we ended the show with blood, but it's sprinkled in between. We had a couple of other clowns that was somehow busting each other open. Less is more. The one match where the blood is needed was that match. Everybody else really didn't need to bleed. You know what I'm saying? It's called less is more, ladies and gentlemen. Takeshi got busted open. A couple other folk was bleeding. It's like, nah, less is more. But, ladies and gentlemen, MJF is that dude. MJF is that dude. And Hangman, quote unquote, can no longer challenge for the AEW World Championship. The main event title picture scene is perfect right now. You got all these different cats in it. It's perfect. Hangman don't need to be in that right now. He don't. So, I walked away. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be 100% with you. I walked away as I always do. I always fluctuate anywhere between 7s and 9s. I'm always in the middle. I'm somewhere in the middle, anywhere like I'm an 8, a 7. I'm in there. I'm in that picture right now. Because like I said, if you cut the dead weight, the shows don't need to be as long as they don't. A solid 4-hour show is perfect. You don't need to be 6.5 hours or whatever. It does not need to be that long. Cut the dead weight. That Boom dude, I'm sorry, he just don't do it for me. I know some fans like it. That's for the social medias and all that crap. It's the same thing with Jelly Roll. I don't really care about Jelly Roll. I don't. But Jelly Roll gonna be at WrestleMania. I don't. It's that. It ain't my. Listen, the celebrity thing used to be decent when it was produced right. You know, I don't need all that. You know, cut the dead weight. You could have did the TBS title with Chris and I'm sorry. Oh, that's what I forgot. Chris Statlander and Thekla, the 2 out of 3 falls match. Great. Thekla is that's where Tony is going right now. You knew Chris wasn't winning. I told you, Chris right now is she's in a space right now where she needs to find herself because she know as of right now she got to go back to the back of the drawing board. She needs to go back to she got to go back. She has to go back. You know what I'm saying? But I thought this was a good 2 out of 3 falls. I really did. I legit. Thekla is the one right now. She is the one. That's the one. She got a roll girls. You already know how that is. The Sinner Sisters of Sin or whatever they call themselves. Thekla is the one. She's the one. Miss Toxic Spider is the one, ladies and gentlemen. She's the one. So, at the end of the day, I guess I got to give the show. I shoot up 7.5. So it just averaged out to 8. 8. I go with 8. I can say Tony Khan, cut the dead weight, my guy. Cut the dead weight. I wish I could sit down and tell him, like, bro, everybody and their grandma don't need to be on the show. Give me one pre-show match. Or if you do 2, that means give me 6 on the main card. That's all 8. That's it. We don't need 12. All in is the place where you want to have 15 and 6. That's fine. But every other pay-per-view, you don't need to do it. You don't. And I know he does this all the time. It's like, dog, you don't need to do it, my guy. You don't. But it is what it is, man. So let's see what the heck is, because it was a lot of newsworthy things that came out. Everybody, the moment that came back, Dynamite needs to be hot. I'm like, this is where Tony Khan kind of falls flat. It's like after he come off the pay-per-view, the Dynamite after the pay-per-view be kind of weak. We can't do that. Dynamite needs to be off the chain. Everybody's anticipating it being a solid show. You're building towards Dynasty now. We're on the road to Dynasty. Dynasty is it. We are on the freaking road to Dynasty. After Revolution, Dynasty creativity begins. So, Tony, you better be thinking about whatever you planning on doing. Whoever is going to be whatever, just set it up. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't got nothing else to say. I done gave you my full honest thoughts about the show. I always say it all the time. Tony Khan is Mr. Pay-Per-View. The problem is the shows are just too doggone long. I told y'all what I was going to tell you in my predictions video. I told you exactly what I was going to say. I said the pay-per-view is going to be great. The problem is it's just too freaking long. Cut the dead weight. That's it. That's all I got to say, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get to work. I started in an hour. So anyway, I'll holler at y'all cats later. You know exactly what to do. If you watch the show, you tell me your honest thoughts about what you felt about the show. If you hated the show, if you loved the show, whatever, and also what you feeling about Ober versus Brock, hit the comment section up. I'll holler at y'all cats later. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. And I'll holler at y'all cats later. Holler at your boy.